All right, everybody, here we are back in my kitchen talking about the same stuff again. If you haven't watched the two videos before this, I will link them down below because this is the third video in a series I've been doing about these drones, UAPs, UAV, UFO, whatever the hell they're calling them or you want to call them. I don't really care. I just want to know what they are. So I'm not going to drag this out. I've talked about this. There's a bunch of crazy stuff flying in the skies in Southern Virginia. I live in Southern Virginia, and every night I have these drones or UAVs or UAPs or whatever you want to call them flying in my skies. Just a quick brief overview for those of you that haven't seen the other two videos. I've made two more videos about this, and I'm just trying to document this because this is every night. Now, I've got some pretty crazy footage tonight. All the other footage is pretty crazy. You definitely should go watch the other two videos. They'll be down in the description below. You can click on those and watch those. But this is the third one. We're going to get right into it. I'm going to tell you what I did, what I saw, and hopefully this is going to get out because it doesn't seem like anybody cares. It doesn't really, it doesn't seem like the news cares. The government doesn't seem to care. And even me posting the videos and stuff, not getting a whole lot of attention to it. I'm trying to get it out there just to let you guys know because something's going on. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I am not a conspiracy theorist or a conspiracy nut. I don't believe in any of that crap. I just happen to be a guy that lives in the woods. I like to make outdoor videos and music videos. I have a couple YouTube channels. One's an outdoors channel. The other one is music because I like to play music and I review gear. And I keep to myself, you know. But I live in the country. I look at the sky. I sit out on my porch at night and drink my coffee or my tea, whatever I'm having. And my wife and I sit there and chat and we watch the night stars. And now we're not watching night stars anymore. We're watching weird crap flying in the air, which I have no idea what it is. And I'd love to find out. And anybody that wants to reach out to me, you can reach out to me at bravobasson@yahoo.com if you guys are seeing things. I don't even care if somebody wants to come down here and film it yourself. You're more than welcome to show up and set up in my yard and watch this crap yourself. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know what to tell you, but something's going on, and they're not telling us. So anyway, with that, we're going to jump into this video because I want to try to make this as short as possible. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to start this right here. So you guys, I'm going to roll this footage. So the first thing you guys are going to see is another one of those glowing orbs. I don't know what that is, but they're flying through the air, and there's dozens and dozens of these things up there cruising around. They're cruising around in our skies right now where I live, you know, and from what I've seen, they're in other places. I've seen them show up in California. I've seen people talk about them in Texas. I've seen videos of them in Texas, Florida, up north, you know, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, all that. This next one is of one of the bigger ones. These are a lot brighter. That's my scope cam's a little shaky because like when I first hit the button, the camera shakes a little bit until it settles down. And if I'm standing on my porch, the wood kind of makes it move a little bit on my stand. All right, so this next picture right here, this is about a dozen or so of these things. I tried to take a wide picture of them, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's about 12, maybe 13 that are showing up right now. But there's at least a dozen of them right there. There's ones in the bottom, but everything that you see lighting up, everything that you see a light is one of those drones, and you can see them flashing. That's what you're watching. You're watching these things flashing. This is a close-up shot right here. I tried to zoom in on them so you could see them a little bit more. You can see up at the very top, there's one that's smaller, that's off in the distance more, that's flashing at the top. But you can see these three brighter ones that are moving. Then there's a fourth one below that that's just sort of barely flashing. And there's this other one over to the left just a little bit. It's a little bit higher that you guys see in the shot, and it's cruising through. Here's another close-up. You can see of the three main ones, there's a little trailer one, but there's also another one in the bottom popping up, and there's another one on the top that you're going to see that's just coming in the screen in the top left there. And there's other ones, too, that I can see through the camera, but my phone camera that I'm filming with is not picking up as well, but I can see through the scope. So it's just crazy what you can see out there and what's going on. And you see another one. Here's another shot of all of these ones. When I walked out there tonight, I freaked out. There were so many of these things in the sky. I couldn't count them all. Between the front of my house and the back of my house, I couldn't count all these things. But here's a great shot. There's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 or more. And you can see 3 more popping up right there. So, you'll see, if you pay attention to the screen, you'll see the lights blinking in and out and stuff. And those are all these drones, UAPs, UAVs, UFO, I don't know, what the hell you want to call them. You can see the edge of my spotting scope, the ring, where I'm looking through the spotting scope, and I have my camera mounted to that to try to zoom in on this to get these shots. trying to give you guys an idea of what is going on in my skies in Southern Virginia. Here's a little bit closer shot that you guys can see. There's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, 9. There's no one showing up in there. There's a bunch of them. There was so many in the sky. It was crazy. It was just crazy, and I don't even know what's going on here. But I took these wider shots so you guys can see that there's so many of them. It's just crazy. It's crazy, and I'm just trying to get anybody that listen. Here's another shot. You can see any of those lights that you see flashing and blinking and all the brighter lights. Those are all these things flying around the sky. It is crazy. It is so crazy. They're not planes. They're not meteors. They're not stars. They're not comets. They're not planes. They're not helicopters. They don't make sound. You know, I've seen planes flying around them. Like I said in my other video, I watched a plane dodge one. You can hear the planes just fine. You can hear the helicopters just fine. But these things aren't making any sounds. No sounds. I'm not hearing any sounds from them. They're all over the skies around my house. And I have trees around my house, so I only got so much. I've got an open area in the front of my house and a little bit of open area in the back of my house to the sky, which allows me to see this stuff. I can't even imagine what I could see if I had more view of what's going on, because it's just crazy. I'm trying to get the best shots I can. I've got another scope coming. Here's another close-up shot so you can see this. You can actually see there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4 in this shot. You can see 2 smaller ones flying with these bigger ones. And if you notice, they're moving, but you can see the 2 smaller ones are just kind of flashing, and then you see the 2 big brighter ones that are cruising along with those. And these guys are flying together. So there's larger ones and there's smaller ones with these things. And then here's a better zoomed in shot where you can see more. You can see the 2 smaller ones flashing more, and then you can see that bigger one. They got some sort of aura or something going on around them, you know. And then as you can see, here comes the big one in the far left. You see it coming into the screen as that one's going out, because I zoomed in on it as best I could to kind of try to give you guys an idea. You know, here's another shot of another group of them up there. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 that I can see on my screen right now. It's just crazy. I don't know what to say. You know, if anybody has seen these anywhere else, you know, please let me know down in the comments if you guys are seeing them too, and please start talking about it. You know, the media's not talking about it, the government's not talking about it. It's like it's just getting swept under the rug, and that is not okay. Here's another closer shot. You can actually see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that you can see in this frame right here. There's 2 in the top left. There's the 2 real bright ones, and there's 7. There's another one that just showed up underneath those bright ones, and then there's 2 in the lower screen in the lower left there as well. But that's the thing, is these things they'll fade in and out and stuff. And if you have a good scope or a good pair of binoculars, if you got a really good pair of binoculars, so here's a close-up of those brighter ones again and stuff, and you can see they have this orb-like thing around them. I don't know what that is, but it's this really glowing, weird orb thing. But if you got a good pair of binoculars and stuff, you'll really be able to see it. Now, with the 10 by 25 binoculars I have back here, these smaller ones, you can see the bigger ones, and you'll kind of catch a glimpse sometimes of the smaller ones, but not really. You can see the bigger ones pretty good. They're still small up there, but you can definitely identify them. But if you get a little bit more power in a scope, like I was using a night vision scope that I have, a night vision pair of binoculars I have, and I could see really well with those. Use those tonight. Can actually fit, because those actually will film. I'm gonna do some video footage with those tomorrow night, because I'm cold. I've been out there for a while. Now this right here, this is the ultimate one. I shot this thing this was at 5 a.m. on the 25th, which is currently the 25th. But this was in the morning before I went to bed, and all that other stuff I shot this evening. This, right as I was going to bed, I saw this in the sky. All right, early this morning on the 25th, and so I filmed this. And this is a close-ups of it, because I zoomed in on it as best as I could. And then you guys will see where I did a couple shots where it's further in the distance, so you can see kind of how it's further up in the sky. But I zoomed in on this. It's crazy that it has that cross lighting going on. I had no idea what it was. I still don't know what it is. I just got good shots of it, so I figured I'd put this in there so you guys could see it. These are closer up shots, but this was literally just moving through our sky, just zigzagging back and forth, and then coming back down and zigzagging back and forth right out in front of my house. This is right out in front of my house, up in the sky. It's up higher. I mean, it's up in the sky a little ways, but it's very easy to see. You can see it with your naked eye, and then once we zoomed in on it, this is what it looks like. So once I put the spotting scope up with the camera, this is what we shot. And this is the first time I've ever seen one like this that was doing this. So this was a whole different thing. I hadn't seen one that had this cross aura thing or whatever it is going on. This is the first time we saw this. Was early this morning on the 25th. I filmed this right before I went to bed, and then I got up this evening, and all these things, all this stuff that you just watched, I started filming at 6 o'clock. It's about 6 o'clock. It's like clockwork. About 6 o'clock, we'll start seeing them all over the skies. The skies kind of clear up, and we start seeing all these things. And I shot all that beginning footage in this video from 6 o'clock till about 6:45, 7 o'clock is when I shot it all. And then I went back out there and just saw a bunch of the same stuff, but I couldn't get any different shots for you guys. So this is what I put into this video so you guys could see it. But this last one, you tell me, guys. I got no idea. You know, it's not a plane. It's not a plane. It's not a helicopter. It's not anything I've ever seen before. You know, I'm an ex-military guy, so I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of the drones that we had back when I was in and stuff. So I've never seen anything like this. You know, I have no idea what it is, what's going on. But this one really baffled me. I mean, I was like, whoa. You know, that's different. I've been watching these things for a month now. Since the beginning of January, these things started showing up when I started seeing them. And I've been watching them. And this is the first time I've seen one like this with that cross pattern that's going on there. So I got no idea. It's crazy. I have no idea what's going on. And I'm just trying to get this out there. I'm just trying to get this out there. And hopefully somebody will say something. And it's kind of crazy because I don't know why. Like, there's a lot of guys that have bigger telescopes and stuff than I am. I don't know why anybody else isn't talking about this, or they're seeing it and they're just not saying anything, or it's getting suppressed. I really don't know. You know, I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. I'm not going to speculate on anything. I just want to know what's flying around my skies because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. And my videos don't do any of this justice compared on what you actually are really seeing through the scopes and the cameras and stuff. It's pretty crazy, you know. And honestly, you know, I've said in my other videos, it's got us kind of freaked out because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what this stuff is, and I'm just trying to figure it out. If any of you guys are seeing any of this stuff, I mean, it'd be nice to know. I know a friend of mine out in Montana said that there's a few people that have taken some pictures recently of these same types of things out there. I know they've seen them in California. I know they've seen them in Florida. We know they've seen them in Maryland, in New Jersey, and in New York. So I'm not sure where else they've popped up. Oh, and in Texas. Sorry, I almost left Texas out. But it's crazy to see this kind of stuff in the air. These last two shots that you guys just saw were when I really zoomed in on it really close to get as close as I could on it, so you could kind of have an idea of whatever it might be, because I really don't know what it is. So I'm just trying to put it out there. It's just me trying to get the best shots I can of this thing when it's in the sky. So that was the last one. That's the end of that. So that's all I got, you guys. I mean, be looking in your skies, see what's going on. I will tell you the best thing that I've learned is a spotting scope, a decent spotting scope. It doesn't have to be expensive. I like I said, and I'll put the links for the stuff that I'm using down below. I'll put the spotting scope. I'm using it's a 25 by 75 by 70 spotting scope. I'm using my 10 by 25 binocular, my 10 by 25 binoculars, and I'm also using it's a Firefox night vision pair of binoculars, and it's just crazy what you can see. Now, hopefully, my bigger actual telescope will be here tomorrow, and hopefully, I can get better, clearer pictures for you guys. But I'm gonna stay on this because nobody else is. And I'm going to figure out what it is, because this stuff makes me want to go find a cave in the mountains somewhere. I'm going to tell you that. Because my footage is not doing it justice compared to when you look out in the sky, and with my naked eye, I can see all kinds of crazy stuff. And then once I slap a pair of binoculars in my eyes, I mean, I feel like I'm stuck between the movie Independence Day and the movie Signs right now. You know, I literally feel like that's what's going on, dude. And I'm not some guy that, like, runs around going, oh, there's aliens. You know, it's not something, you know, I want to see facts. You know, but these are the facts. These are the facts. I'm seeing this stuff in the skies. It is not anything that we've ever seen before. You know, if it's the military, fine. Tell us it's the military. I don't know. I mean, it's crazy. I've seen a lot of weird stuff in my life, and this is definitely kind of tripping me out. And I don't get, most things don't bother me. I don't care. I've been through so much crazy stuff, and I've seen so many crazy things. It's not even funny. Most things don't really faze me much. You know, I just keep moving on. I'm like, yep, it is what it is. But this is very weird, you know. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys. That's the next video. That's part 3 in this series, and I'm gonna keep making videos on this stuff until somebody finally gets some answers for us, you know. Like I said in my other video, I did send clips of this stuff to a bunch of the media people. I've gotten no responses. So this is the only way I know how to get it out. So hopefully, any of you guys that are paying attention, hopefully somebody's paying attention, because something's going on, and I don't think it's good for us. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys. We'll see you on the next video.